Hello students, I am Dr. Meenakshi Mahur, Assistant Professor, Zoology, Sri Savliaji Government College, Mandafia, Chittorgarh. Today my topic is taxes and kinesis. There are two types of motions or movement when responding to a stimulus, that is taxis and kinesis. Taxis, it is the directional response to stimulus, that is more towards or away from the stimulus. If the organism is moving towards the stimuli, then it is a positive taxis. While if the organism is moving away from the stimulus, then it is negative taxis. Taxis are innate behavior response. See, this is the direction of river current and the fish is moving towards this currents, so it is a positive taxis. Now kinesis, it is a non-directional response to the stimulus. The more favorable the condition, the more rapidly the organism move and change the directions more often, or we can say random movement in response to a stimulus. See, this is the organism which is stopping or starting or turning. It's a dry open area. It is moist side under a leaf. So it is sometimes stops, sometimes start, and sometimes turn. So because it doesn't like dry open area, it prefer to live in moist site. So taxis has a specific and directed motion, while kinesis has a random and undirected motion. They have one same thing, that they are both classified as a movements when one reacts to stimuli. So this is a taxis and kinesis. Taxis, whenever a mobile or moving or motile organism responds to a stimulus in such a way that movement or locomotion is affected, then the response is called taxis. The locomotion or movement may be towards or away from, that is, may be positive or negative, or at a fixed angle to the source of stimuli. Then what is response? A response is defined as the conscious or unconscious reaction of the living beings towards the stimuli, and which is mostly an involuntary activity, and it benefits the organism. Then what is stimulus? It may be any physical or chemical change in the immediate surrounding of the living organism. It may be gravity, light, chemicals, water, sound, temperature, etc. Now, types of taxis: phototaxis, thermotaxis, geotaxis, rheotaxis, thigmotaxis, galvanotaxis, chemotaxis, tropotaxis, magnetotaxis, teleotaxis, clinotaxis, pneumotaxis, and menotaxis. I will explain all these taxis one by one. Now, phototaxis. It is the oriented locomotory movement which is caused by light, either towards a source or away from source. It is called phototaxis. Now I am taking example of euglena over here. Euglena move towards the source of light, means it shows positive phototaxis. While planarians, cockroaches, silverfish, earthworms, slugs, they move away from the source of light and shows negative phototaxis. Amoeba and paramecium avoid both direct sunlight and total darkness. They like to be in normal or weak light. Now, thermotaxis. It is the response of animal to temperature. Animals strive to remain in an optimum temperature range. Means they like to be in optimum temperature range. For example, paramecium prefer 24 to 28 degrees Celsius temperature, and amoeba prefers 20 to 25 degree Celsius temperature range. Now, geotaxis. It is the animal response to gravity. For example, amoeba exhibits mostly positive response as it drops to the bottom of the container filled with water, whereas paramecium shows negative geotaxis. Housefly shows negative response to gravity, whereas the fruit fly, when placed in a vertical glass tube, move upwards and shows negative geotaxis. So animals which move downwards, they are negative geotaxis, positive geotaxis, and the animals which moves upwards, then they show negative geotaxis. I'm explaining again. When the animal moves downwards, then it shows positive geotaxis, while animal moves upwards shows negative geotaxis. Now, rheotaxis. It is the response to the current of air or water. For example, amoeba shows negative response, while paramecium shows positive response, orienting themselves with their anterior ends upstream and swimming against the current. Some of the fishes are also positively rheotactic. Trouts living in stream not swept away by the water current. Now, thigmotaxis. It is the response to the contact or touch. Paramecium, when moves slowly and comes in contact with any object like algae or plant stem, it becomes quiet. However, it shows an avoiding reactions when its anterior end is strongly touched with a solid object. It is a response to the contact or touch. Now, galvanotaxis, or it is also known as electrotaxis. It is the movement of an organism or any of its part in a particular direction in response to the electric current. In positive galvanotaxis, animal move towards the negative pole or a cathode when a weak electric current is supplied. For example, paramecium. When exposed to weak current, electric current, it moves towards the cathode. So, shows positive galvanotaxis. Now, chemotaxis. Animals showing response to the chemical substance are called chemotaxis. In most of the cases, it is negative. For example, amoeba shows negative chemotaxis to a strong solution of alkalis and to sugars. Paramecium shows a positive response to a drop of weak acid solution. However, it shows negative chemotaxis to salt solution. Now, tropotaxis. It is displayed by the organism with paired receptor cells. Actually, when stimuli coming from a source are balanced equally, the organism show movement. Because of this, animals are able to move sideways, unlike clinotaxis, where the organism can move only in a straight line. For example, the movement of grayling, butterflies, and the fish lice. Now, magnetotaxis. It is the orientation in response to the magnetic cues. I'm taking example of Aquaspirillum bacteria over here. It burrow in the mud and use magnetic field of the earth to determine position. In the northern hemisphere, they direct themselves to the northern magnetic pole, which is actually the geographical South Pole, and so they burrow down into the mud. While in the southern hemisphere, they orient towards the geographical North Pole, which is the magnetic South. Now, teleotaxis. It is a goal directed movement. It describes the motion of visual predators who can see a distant visual signals and move to attack. Now, clinotaxis. It refers to the movement through a gradient while taking successive sample of the environment. It occurs in organisms with receptor cells but no paired receptor organs. The cells for reception are located all over the body, particularly toward the anterior end. The organism detect the stimuli by turning their head sideways and compare the intensity. When the intensity of a stimuli is balanced equally from all sides, then the organism moves in a straight line. Now, example is movement of blowfly or butterfly larva. Now, mnemotaxis. It is a memory movement. It describes the navigation through the use of landmarks. Many birds navigate using landmarks, like salmon. Humans also use mnemotaxis when navigating through the use of street sign and familiar buildings. Now, menotaxis. It refers to an animal maintaining a constant angle to stimuli. Example is a sun compass orientation in honeybees. Actually, honeybee use the position of sun to orient themselves. These animals can compensate for the sun moving across the sky over the course of the day. They imprint on the arc of sun. They can utilize polarized light and so they can locate the position of sun even on an overcast day. See, it's a flower, it's the hive and it's the sun. So bees take the help of sun for making this angle. This is a flower, this is hive and this is sun and the angle is 60. When it moves, it maintains this 60-degree angle. Now, kinesis. Kinesis is of two types, orthokinesis and clinokinesis. Its orthokinesis is a form of kinesis in which the speed of movement of individual depends upon the intensity of the stimulus. An increase in the speed of movement is a positive orthokinesis, whereas a decrease in the speed is referred to as a negative orthokinesis. See example of woodlouse, woodlice, uh, how it reacts in response to humidity. With increased humidity, it shows increase in the percentage time that the woodlice will remain stationary. See, it is a dry condition, movement is very fast, movement is much more than the wood lies in moist condition. So it is the example of orthokinesis. Now clinokinesis. It's a form of kinesis where the frequency or rate of turning is proportional to the intensity of stimulus. For example, behavior of flatworm. Flatworm Dendrocylum lacetum. It turns more frequently in response to increasing light, thus ensuring it spends more time in dark areas. So it is the example of clinokinesis. Now difference between taxis and kinesis. Taxis has a specific and directed motion, while kinesis has a random and undirected motion. And these two are usually found in the behavior of animals and insects around us. Taxis move either in the direction of a stimulus or away from it. It becomes positive when it comes closer and becomes negative when it goes away from the stimulus. We have taken all the examples in menotaxis, magnetotaxis, teleotaxis, and mnemotaxis. Whereas kinesis moves randomly. Instead of the organism moving towards or away the stimulus causes it to bolt in the random directions. And there are two types of kinesis. That is a orthokinesis and clinokinesis. So we have seen what is taxis, what are the types of taxis, then kinesis, types of kinesis, then difference between taxis and kinesis. So we have discussed differences in which we found that taxis is specific and directed motion, while kinesis is non-directed motion and response towards the stimulus. Thank you.